Hi Leo, I'm Anisha. You can write to me at tarotbyanisha@gmail.com. You can also visit my website www.tarotbyanisha.com. And this is your annual forecast on Love 2015. Leos, it's quite an interesting year for you. This is the time wherein Saturn, who has moved into Sagittarius from Scorpio, is moved into a part of your chart that has to do with love, it has to do with children, it has to do with creativity. Now, for the last couple of years, Saturn has been there in Scorpio and it has been residing in your house of your emotional grounding, your parents, your home. So a lot of lessons may have been learned, a lot of responsibilities may have cropped up as far as your parents are concerned. You may have been asked to review, relook at your conditioning as to how it is that you are, especially when closer relationships or where intimacy is concerned. Some of you hopefully would have learned from the lessons and could have resolved those blocks as far as your relationships are concerned. Now, Saturn has moved into the house of love, pleasure and children. And the only time that Saturn is going to be going retrograde is from June to September. That is the time again it will go back to your house of Cancer, the house of home, the house of your parents, of your childhood conditioning, your roots, from where it is or that you belong, or how it is that you look at life. It really speaks about deep-seated conditioning, and it has made you into the person that you are today. So now is the time wherein that you're going to be in focus. Saturn is going to be teaching you a lot of lessons as far as love is concerned. I think for those of you who are not married or who are married but don't have children, this is a year where you're going to be looking at that aspect of your life quite seriously, and you're going to be thinking as to maybe you should start planning having children, or how it is it would be that your life will change with a child coming into your life. And there could also be a lot of energy that has to do with committing yourself to this responsibility. There is also going to be a lot of focus wherein that this entire year 2015 you're going to be quite serious about love. Rather, Saturn is going to be making you quite serious about love. So if love has not been a priority or it has not been consistent, you can be quite prepared for Saturn's whip, Leos. And much as you love being in love, but this year Saturn is really going to be asking you, that do you need maybe the additional, the frivolous bit of love that is there. Maybe some of you are not as committed to love as you should be, or to your relationship as you should be. Or maybe for those of you who are in a committed relationship, are either married or not married, yet committed, do not give it the kind of priority that it deserves. This is the year where Saturn is going to make you take love as a priority, or bring love or give it that kind of priority, that importance. So there is going to be no scope for being very half-hearted about love or being very distracted in love, because Saturn, being the taskmaster, is going to be pushing you and bringing you quickly up to task and saying, okay, do you need this or you don't need this, or should I take it away from you? And as the year also goes, you will be getting more conscious, or you will be realizing the importance of not just your communication about what you say, but how you say. You will be realizing the impact, the importance of your ability to hurt people, to affect people, either for the good or for the bad. So communication for you, Leos, this entire year also is going to be playing a huge is going to be having a huge focus. You have learned, hopefully by last year, to stop letting pride interfere with all your intentions, whether it is for people that you love fiercely, and you would have realized by now, you would have controlled it by now, that not to let your pride sort of get into the way. And it's true, that love is stronger than pride is, and for you, I think that has been the hugest lesson in the last 2 years. And however, the planet of love is going to be going retrograde around summer in your sign, and don't get too surprised if you have old flames or ex-lovers or old lovers get back into your life and get active. And you could also find yourself being continuously obsessed about what a good really about maybe a relationship dynamic, or what is it that really makes a good relationship. So a lot of you could be I think not just gathering information online. You could be busy reading about more articles about what makes a perfect partner, or what makes a loyal partner, or what makes a great marriage or relationship, and so on and so forth. And I think you seem to be theoretically quite obsessed with this idea since last year. A lot of you could be actually be sitting and researching or studying more on it. So now, while there seems to be this theoretical obsession about trying to gain more information, more understanding, more depth about love, about relationships, the truth is that application is where the result would really lie. And for you Leos, I think the test would also be in summers, where the old flame or the old lover sort of wakes up and comes into your life again. You will be tested again as to, and again, Saturn is a highly moralistic planet, so be extremely careful the repercussions of what or where it could cause. Of course, for some of you wherein the relationship has not been going great, maybe it'll just take it off to another tangent with your excuse me, with your ex-lover. But wherein that a relationship is going on fine, I would suggest that don't sort of try not to revive old skeletons. Let sleeping dogs lie. Try not, I mean, it's not a good thing to be risking just for, because the temptation is there. Eclipse energy, there's a lunar eclipse in April, and this is a time where it is going to be pushing you to finally find the balance that you've been seeking with a partner, willing to meet you halfway in your mind. I think there is a lot of, for those of you who are in a relationship, and like I said, it can be a marriage, it can just be a committed relationship as well. You could be finding a mental lapse of sort. You are, I think somewhere the plunge is of faith, or the leap of faith is not being taken, because you feel that there is still a mental gap about what you want and what is it that is expected. So this is a time wherein that this entire year is really going to be true meetings of a mind with a partner. I think this is a year where you can expect that you can or rather you will be looking for someone who really understands and empathizes with you. And for those of you wherein that you have been in a relationship where it has just not been working out for you, where you feel that there is absolutely no mental affinity, I mean, forget about the physical one, you could call it quits. You could sort of decide to walk away from it and say, that, I mean, this person just doesn't get me. So I really see no sense in being with this person, despite the great chemistry that we have and everything is there, but just there is the mental affinity is not there. So that's going to be quite a huge call that some of you are going to be taking as well. And now Saturn, like I said, is moved to Sagittarius from Scorpio this year, and he's there in your love sign, and he could sort of make you want to seek control as well, as far as love is concerned. So for those of you and Neptune is there active as well, and Neptune is a planet of idealism and love, everything. So with Saturn coming into your love sector, I think somewhere Saturn is going to be controlling this complete idealism about love and how it should be. So for those of you who have been in that state for the last couple of years, where you've been idealizing love, or maybe a loved partner who may not be the best person, and you have had an inkling, but you have not sort of, you've gone with the flow and said, okay, let me see how it goes and where it goes. With this year coming in, I think Saturn is just going to sort of make you take stock of how exactly things are. And for some of you, it could get better, but for some of you, you will break away to make it better. You know, it's, you are not going to be, and it's really not about compromise. I think it's really coming out of that entire Neptunian haze and looking at the love really without your rose tinted glasses and saying that, hey, this is not what I signed up for. You know, this is not, it's not working. This is not what I want. And for some of you, you will get more serious about it, you will get more committed about it, and you'll realize the Saturnian energy that yes, this is something that I want for life, and I want it for good. Now, 2015 also, you know, in this year also, Saturn is going to make you question the happiness quotient in your life. What is it that makes you happy? And what are the kind of people that you're drawing to yourself? How it is, what is it that you're reflecting in your life that makes you draw a certain kind of people to you? What are your own patterns? And the last couple of years, like I said, because Saturn had been there in Scorpio, in your house of your childhood conditioning, you know, more towards your roots, what it made you to the person that you are today. So there would be certain patterns or insecurities that you would have recognized by now and hopefully dealt with and understood that, listen, this is my conditioning. It has nothing to do with that other person doing this to me, but it is in a way that I behave that tends to bring out a certain kind of people to me. And you would have hopefully started dealing with it by now, and hence attracting the kind of people who are better for you or are more conducive for you in a relationship per se. And Saturn also is you know, going to be teaching you you know, things about real estate, your security, your home investments, and hopefully these issues have got dealt with by now. How it is that you look at your emotional security, what is it that you relate with, does it have to do with material wealth, are you willing to even you know, give it up if you're not you know, mentally happy. So there is going to be a lot of questions that could have got asked of you as far as your emotional security and your mental security are concerned. And Mars is also going to be there as we began the year in your intimacy sector, and that again has to do with your joint finances, it has to do with trust issues. And Jupiter till August is there in your part of your chart that has to do with you yourself, your goals, your desires, your dreams, how it is that you perceive yourself, how it is that you want the world at large to see you. And Jupiter, as we all love the planet, and he's this planet that comes and expands anything that he touches. And in this particular house, you would have found yourself to be you know, be quite dramatic. And Jupiter also causes you know, makes you exaggerate. So it could be that you are you could be looking at yourself as this person larger than life. Oh, I can get away with this and I can get away with that. It could be doing that. But the good thing about Jupiter, I think the fantastic thing is that after August end, around mid-August, it moves into a part of your chart that has to do with your personal wealth, earned income, and also with your self-worth. And that, of course, is going to be you know, just going to make money flow magically in your life, Leos, and you're going to be loving it. So even though you may feel that you know, that oh, I don't have enough in my bank, there's not enough investments, but you will almost magically be taken care of. You will not be short of money in 2015, Leos. And also with Neptune is also going to be there in your house later on of intimacy and shared resources. And Neptune to a certain extent also deals with trust issues, about fidelity, about spirituality. And Neptune also has to do with a lot of compassion. So it could be that you could get involved with a charity more actively. You could be sort of you know, be giving more whether it is in a way of your material wealth, or it is sharing your resources. Or by resources I mean that you could actually be giving some time to an NGO. You could be helping them do their work. And this is also a time wherein that, because Neptune is going to be there in your house of intimacy and shared resources, it can cause some amount of fogginess. It could be that either you are going through I wouldn't say not you actually, because it has to do with your spouse's income as well. It could be that your spouse is not doing so well financially, and you could be quite worried about it. And because Neptune is there, and Neptune causes this haze, it doesn't allow us to see very clearly. It could be that some amount of truth is being kept away from you, that you're not being told the complete truth as far as joint finances are concerned. So keep your eyes open over there. You may also fall in and out of love quite quickly, Leos, this year, and you may feel for some of you that love is quite out of your grasp. So be patient this year, Leos. 2015 is again another year wherein that, like I said, I think for a lot of zodiacs as well, it's really a year where a lot of us are looking at love very differently. We're not looking at it in a very casual, we're looking at it in a more committed, in a more serious way. So this year, I would say that be patient as far as love is concerned, and try and keep temptations in check. Also because Neptune is very strongly aspected in your intimacy and in your trust and fidelity issues. And like I said, with Neptune, you never really can see quite clearly. Try to be careful of being lied to, or being deceived, or not being told the complete truth. So keep that in mind, and try not to get very confused while making a decision. So have a great 2015, Leos. It's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I'll see you